Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, to Show Off. And listen, y'all, I have cracked the code to feminism. I have cracked the code to feminism. And I made a mistake and cracked it in one of the B. Simone videos because it dawned on me right then. So let me start off by saying, um, first of all, roles are necessary. Why are roles necessary? Because it provides structure. Now, what is structure? Structure is organization. What is organization? It's the ability to live stress free because things are in place. Alright? So roles are necessary. You might not think so, but whatever. In other words, I keep saying in a lot of these videos that a lot of women are telling us what we have to do and what we need to do, what we need to provide, what we need to do in order for them to do certain other things, right? So clearly, those roles that are allocated to us are seen as necessary, right? But then they're also telling us what they won't do no more, like the traditional woman or whatever the case may be, what they won't do or whatever the case may be, and what they're not going to do and how they're not going to do it. Now, biggest reason why relationships are not working right now is because there is no structure in relationships. All right? So, no structure, no roles, people just basically winging their relationship, right? Now, what happens if something that was supposed to get done doesn't get done? Stress. Stress, arguments, fussing, fighting, whatever the case may be. Now you're mad, you're upset, and someone bringing someone else into your life, into your relationship is very easy, whatever the case may be. We need to stop talking about cheating um, as if it only pertains to one side, because that is no longer the case. All right, we need to start talking in realities as black people. All right. Now, this is where I cracked the code, y'all. If you ever took, if you ever looked at all the things that set feminists off, it's necessary words, and then someone adds an irritant to it. If you can't get that and you can't understand that, for instance, we're talking about roles, right? Now, roles doesn't sound that offensive, right? Someone playing their role, someone playing their part. Don't sound that offensive until you add the word gender to it. So, if you have a feminist mindset, the word gender will irritate you. Okay? Now, I've given this example on a couple videos. If I should come home and my woman is cutting the grass, and I just walk past her, walk in the house, and act like I don't even notice that she's doing it, and allow her to finish cutting the grass, you will look at me like I'm fucking crazy if you're my woman. Matter of fact, anybody on the outside would look at me like I'm crazy. If I come home and if we're sitting in the car or if we're going somewhere and um, we should get a flat tire in her car and she's changing the tire while I'm sitting in the car, you would look at me like I'm crazy. Anybody driving past would look at me like I'm crazy. Like, why the fuck? And I tend to look at people just as crazy if I was to see those things. If I was to look at a man allowing a woman to pump gas in the cold while he sits in the car, the least you can do is at least get out the car and fucking keep her company while she's pumping her gas. Alright? That's just the basic morals of being a man. So I should not have my woman cutting grass, fixing on her car, even washing the cars, washing her car. That is a gender role. If we are in the room laying down and we hear noise in the kitchen, living room, downstairs, whatever the case may be, I should not allow my woman to go and see what's wrong. That is a gender role. Okay? So if I am expected to feel that way, then why is it not that maybe you come in and stop me, because I would stop you from cutting the grass or doing any of those things, and I would take care of it. Or if you tell me about those things, I will be the one who makes sure it gets done. So the only way my woman would be changing a tire, working on her car, cutting the grass, is if she does it and I have no knowledge that she's doing it or she has to do it. Okay? So, in the case of things that traditionally have been associated with women, why is it that if you come in and I'm cooking, washing dishes, cleaning up, not that you don't stop me, but look at that shit and say, damn, I got a good man. I appreciate him. He deserves a blowjob. Damn, I got a good man. He worked 12 hours, came home, did the cooking, cleaning, cleaned up the house, washed the dishes. He done all of those things. But no, you look at him like, that nigga's weak. There's a name. There's a name for that shit. And the name doesn't come from what he's doing. The name comes from how you react to what he's doing. Simp. Beta male. Because if he's doing those things and you don't appreciate it, that's what makes him a simp. That's what makes him a beta male. But if you appreciate those things and you reciprocate that energy, there's nothing beta about him. That's him pouring into you and you pouring into him in return. But when you take the word roles and you add gender to it, now it becomes an irritant to the feminist mind. Alright? Now, I'll show y'all where feminism goes wrong. Feminism goes wrong. Feminism goes wrong. Where feminism goes wrong is when you say something that to a man or about a man, and you say, as men, you're supposed to. First of all, if you're operating in feminism, you're operating out of jealousy. So to all of the churchgoers and all of the Christians or whatever the case may be, feminism is actually a sin. You're operating in a place where you see someone have something or someone is something and you want to be that. So it's envy, it's jealousy. Alright? So feminism is actually a sin to all of you churchgoers and believers. And I am a believer. If I'm misogynistic, so is your Bible. Now, when you refer to something and you're talking about something to or about men, why do you say as men, as a man? As a man, you're supposed to dot, dot, dot. Because feminism is built on the idea of equality. So it doesn't matter no more if he's a man or if you're talking to a woman. Jewel.